nightmares in my head. I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving
The expression drawing a line, it means creating a boundary that others can't cross. Before World War II, France built the Maginot Line, which consisted of two 80-mile defensive lines designed to prevent a German invasion. It was reinforced with concrete and steel and included bunkers, gun batteries, trenches, and minefields. France believed the line was so technologically advanced that it was impenetrable. I'm sharing this information with you because Russia has created a defensive line.
You must have heard the phrase drawing a line. What does it mean? Well, it means to create a boundary, a line which the others cannot cross. Before the Second World War, France drew what was known as the Maginot Line that extended to 280 miles, intended to prevent a German invasion. This defensive line, reinforced with concrete and steel, had bunkers, even gun batteries, trenches, minefields that were such technological marvels that France considered the line to be
along Ukraine's border, splitting the country in two. This line, called the Putin Line, spans 800 kilometers and is intended to be impenetrable to Ukrainian forces. The acquired or plans to acquire from what remains of Ukraine runs from Luhansk to the Crimean Peninsula along the Nero River. This is the same line that has been shown for weeks as evidence that Russia is attempting to divide Ukraine in two. It passes through places such as Zia and Esk. Russia has turned this line into a defensive fortress wall. It includes trenches, anti-tank ditches, and obstacles similar to dragon teeth used by the Germans in World War II to impede the movement of vehicles. A construction similar to the one in Yang Island, South Korea, has been built on a beach. Moreover, in Mariupol, Russia, dragon teeth structures have been installed. However, due to the lack of drone and camera footage, the full extent of Russia's fortifications has not been captured yet. It has been reported that in 10 Nova towns, Russia has excavated a 1-kilometer-long ditch in the shape of an antique tank. Russia has constructed a multi-layered defense system along the Putin Line for Europe. This line includes bunkers, concrete parapets, barbed wires, and minefields, providing an effective defense against any potential threats. The Putin Line resembles the French-built Magnet from World War II. The Germans constructed the CFRI Line, also known as the West Wall, which spanned over 630-kilometer sections called the Siegfried Line. Despite this, the Germans bypassed the Maginot Line and entered France through Belgium, rendering the Siegfried Line ineffective in preventing their defeat during World War II. The question now is whether Ukraine will be able to overcome the Putin Line. Tonight, we are discussing whether Ukraine is capable of handling the situation. This is because analysts are skeptical about Ukraine's capacity, given that news about Russia's line of defense being constructed first came out in November 2022. The UK's Ministry of Defense had mentioned that dragon teeth may have been put up between Mariupol and Nichols K village, and from northern Mariupol to Strive Cream village. Reports indicated that driving Ukrainian tanks over the blocks of the Putin Line, which were designed during the Soviet era, could cause damage. This raises the question of whether Ukraine's ambitious and previously covert spring offensive will be halted unless they upgrade their war machines overnight. What is the probability of the West sending significant reinforcements and of that situation occurring? If you are a regular viewer of this show, you likely already have an answer. All we can say is that wars are full of surprises, and Ukraine seems to have come to terms with this reality, particularly in its capital, Kiev. Did you know that Kiev has recently regained its lively atmosphere from before the war, with many bars and clubs opening up again? The curfew during wartime has been lifted, allowing bars to stay open until midnight.
Allegations online as ever that in Ukraine, the capital, Kyiv, nightclubs are up and running. Tell us more.
That's right, Mark. According to these allegations online, parties in Kyiv are in full swing despite the war in Ukraine, and these parties are allegedly funded by international donations. These are the claims with this video that's been viewed on Twitter over 8 million times, posted on May 3rd, where we see this alleged scene of a very active nightlife in Kyiv. And this is a compilation of 4 different nightclubs
and clubs to host daytime events on weekends. Additionally, there are secret bars that operate late into the night. The head of Kiev city administration stated that a new, more relaxed curfew may help decrease social tension. Many people now believe that Russians will not attempt to take over Kiev. As we have been saying, it is highly likely that the war will freeze at the Putin line. Although there may not be an official ceasefire, there could be an unspoken agreement similar to the one after Russia annexed Crimea.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции. Украина целиком и полностью была создана Россией.
While there are occasional attacks, Russia seems content with the progress it has made and is directing its resources towards protecting those gains. Looking at the big picture, Russia is now comfortable with its position, and you have this from the horse's mouth. By the way, Russia is not mincing word, and these are some of the visuals from that visit. So this is Ukraine, our country split along the Putin line, and Russia is normalizing this new reality for the country.